If you practice with this channel every day, your English speaking will improve naturally. So subscribe now, because this channel is designed to help you become a fluent English speaker step by step. Today's lesson is a comprehensive 45-minute intermediate shadowing practice. Speak out loud. Repeat immediately after me. Copy the pronunciation, rhythm, and emotion exactly. Ready? Let's begin. Let's begin with everyday social interactions. Repeat immediately after me inside the time gaps. Copy the natural flow and rhythm. Hey, how's your day going so far? It's going pretty well, actually. I've just been really busy with work lately. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes it feels like there aren't enough hours in the day. That's true, especially during the week. Do you usually work overtime? Only when things get really stressful. I try to maintain a healthy work-life balance. That's important nowadays. A lot of people forget to take care of themselves. Exactly. Mental health is just as important as physical health. I completely agree with you. What do you usually do after work? Most of the time, I just go home and relax. Do you watch TV or read books? Actually, I've been listening to podcasts recently. Really? What kind of podcast do you listen to? Mostly business and self-improvement podcasts. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I like learning new things while relaxing. Let's transition into travel and exploration English. Notice the dynamic rise and fall of speech intonations in these statements. Have you traveled anywhere recently? Not recently, but I'm planning a trip next month. Where are you thinking of going? I'm considering visiting Japan. That sounds exciting. Yeah, I've always wanted to experience the culture there. What interests you the most about Japan? Definitely the food, the technology, and the traditional temples. I've heard public transportation there is amazing. That's true. Everything seems very organized. Do you enjoy traveling alone? Sometimes, yes. Traveling alone gives you more freedom. That's true, but it can also feel lonely. I guess both experiences have advantages. Exactly. It really depends on the situation. What's the best trip you've ever taken? Honestly, Probably my trip to the mountains last year. Why was it so memorable? Because it was peaceful and relaxing. Sometimes nature helps you clear your mind. Absolutely. I felt refreshed afterward. Now, let's explore structural social connections and deep relationship vocabulary. Keep repeating out loud directly inside the custom pacing windows. Do you spend a lot of time with your friends? Not as much as I used to. Everyone seems busy these days. That's definitely true. It becomes harder to meet regularly as adults. Exactly, especially when people have different schedules. How do you usually stay in touch with your friends? Mostly through messaging apps and phone calls. Do you prefer texting or calling? Honestly, I prefer calling. Really? Most people prefer texting nowadays. I know, but conversations feel more personal over the phone. What qualities do you value in a friendship? I think honesty and loyalty are very important. I agree. Trust is essential in any relationship. Exactly. Without trust, friendships don't last long. Have you ever lost contact with a close friend? Yeah. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes. Life can take people in different directions. That's true, but good memories always remain. Let's move into professional business terminology and workplace discussions. Focus on connecting individual consonant sounds smoothly. What kind of work would you like to do in the future? I'd love to work in a creative field. What makes you interested in creative work? I enjoy solving problems and creating new ideas. That makes sense. Do you think job satisfaction is important? Absolutely. Nobody wants to hate their job. That's true. People spend most of their lives working. Exactly. So enjoying your work matters a lot. Would you rather work from home or in office? Honestly, I prefer a mix of both. Why is that? Because working from home is comfortable, but offices help people socialize. That's actually a good point. Do you think technology is changing the workplace? Definitely. Artificial intelligence is transforming many industries. Some people are worried about losing their jobs. Yeah, but technology also creates new opportunities. Time for the high-speed advanced challenge block. Do not look or pause for individual words. Mimic the entire native phonetic sentence block instantly. I was supposed to finish the project yesterday, but I ran into a few unexpected problems. By the time I solved everything, it was already late at night. At least you managed to complete it in the end. Yeah, but it was definitely more stressful than I expected. Have you ever had one of those days where absolutely nothing goes according to plan? Honestly, that happens to me more often than I'd like to admit. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stay calm and adapt. Exactly. Stressing too much only makes things worse. I've been trying to improve my time management skills recently. That's something I need to work on too. It's difficult to stay productive all the time, especially with so many distractions nowadays. Let's shadow a continuous personal development story block. This long-form context trains your subconscious mind to speak paragraphs smoothly. A few months ago, I decided to challenge myself by speaking only English for an entire week. At first, it felt uncomfortable and unnatural. I kept making mistakes and forgetting simple words. Sometimes I even wanted to give up completely. However, after a few days, something surprising happened. I started thinking less about grammar and more about communication. Instead of translating every sentence in my head, I began responding more naturally. Although my English wasn't perfect, I noticed that I was becoming more confident. By the end of the week, speaking English felt much easier than before. That experience taught me an important lesson. Fluency doesn't come from perfection. It comes from consistent practice and real communication. Since then, I've tried to practice English every single day. Even small daily improvements can create huge results over time. Excellent job today. If you completed this entire shadowing session, your speaking skills are improving little by little every single day. Practice consistently with this channel, and your fluency will grow naturally. Subscribe for more daily shadowing lessons, speaking practice, and comprehensive fluency training. Leave a comment down below. I'm becoming fluent